He may be the king of food challenges, but Adam Richman didn't triumph over every one of his competitive eating contests. Here are some of the more insane food challenges that even Richman, the mighty man of man versus food himself, couldn't beat. Adam Richman's first on-air defeat went down on Season 1, Episode 2 in Memphis, Tennessee. And we're guessing that first loss hurt worse than the others. Richman attempted to beat a burger challenge at the Bigfoot Lodge, a lively local burger joint that was famous for its big portions. The Bigfoot Challenge involves polishing off a whopping 7.5-pound burger in under 60 minutes. Before Richman, 1,300 hopeful eaters had attempted the challenge and only 4 had succeeded. He started out strong, gleefully gobbling half of the burger within the first 20 minutes.
I'm going to cut it into 6 portions. I'm going to try to do 1 portion every 10 minutes.
Within another 20 minutes, however, the fearless foodie had slowed down. Richman stood up to catch his breath before throwing in the towel with about a quarter of the burger still on the plate. Since the episode aired, more than 4,000 have attempted the challenge, and only 23 have finished it. Down in the central Texas town of Austin, Richman faced the Don Juan Challenge on Season 1, Episode 5. The Tex-Mex trial took place at One in a Million, an unassuming Mexican eatery that has been an Eastside breakfast go-to since the 80s. The Mexican restaurant is renowned for its Don Juan El Taco Grande, a hearty 3/4-pound pile of potato, egg, bacon, and cheese wrapped in a warm 6-inch flour tortilla. To beat the Don Juan Challenge, Richman had to break the record held by the previous champion, who had devoured a whopping 7 tacos in one sitting.
Adam, you can do it.
Thank you.
In his attempt to consume 8 tacos, Adam took advantage of the fact that the competition had no time limit and took a lengthy siesta after his 4th taco. He started on taco number 5 2 hours into the competition, and eventually realized he wouldn't be able to finish it in time for closing. Not wanting to keep any of the staff late, Richman nobly ceded the competition.
I surrender. 8 against Juan. I didn't have a shot.
Still, the owner's son, Juan Meza Jr., graciously awarded Richman Celebrity Host Champion for his valiant efforts. While most visitors to Hawaii head straight to the beaches, Richman made a beeline for its kitchens when he visited Honolulu in Season 2, Episode 6. After sampling local burgers and traditional Hawaiian cuisine, Richman got down to business. For his Honolulu challenge, Richman was to try his hand at the Mac Daddy Pancake Challenge at Mac 24/7. Located inside the Hilton, the 24-hour pancake joint is famous for its jumbo pancakes. The challenge entails finishing a 14-inch 4-pound tower of pancakes and toppings in 90 minutes without leaving the table for any reason.
Pray for me.
It's worth noting that Adam has been on record as naming starchy challenges as the toughest kind, and that only 4 people had successfully completed the Mac Daddy Challenge out of nearly 400 hopefuls. During Adam's crack at the contest, he wolfed down nearly 3 pounds of fluffy pancakes and gooey blueberries before his time ran out.
In battle of man versus pancake. Today, sadly, food won.
Just outside Atlanta, Georgia, Richman went head-to-head with the Carnivore Challenge at Big Pie in the Sky. The New York-style pizzeria challenges 2-person teams to scarf down a 30-inch, 11-pound meat-covered pizza in under an hour. At the time of the taping, the challenge had never been bested by a duo before. For his partner, Richman enlisted the aid of a contest veteran, Drew Middlebrooks. Richman devoured a good portion of his half of the pizza within a half an hour, with Drew turning pale and lagging behind. Drew eventually went outside behind the building to throw up, officially disqualifying their team.
I've been informed that the pizza has exited Drew. At 44 minutes, the competition is over.
Richman congratulated his partner for his courageous attempt and declared,
I left it all on the battlefield, as did my partner. He also left some behind the building.
Since Richman's attempt in Episode 7, Season 1, the Carnivore Challenge has been defeated by 7 teams. For the Big Badass Burrito, or the B3 Challenge at the now-closed NASCAR Cafe in the former Hotel Sahara, the prize included a lifetime pass to ride the Sahara roller coaster Speed, the ride, in addition to a Wall of Fame photo. To conquer the B3 Challenge, participants must finish off a 2-foot-long 6-pound burrito in under 90 minutes. The beefy burrito wraps 4 flour tortillas around shredded beef, beans, onions, and is topped with nacho cheese, enchilada sauce, and huge scoops of sour cream and guac. It clocks in at over 5,000 calories. When Richman attempted the challenge in Season 2, Episode 2, only 2 people out of more than 200 had successfully shoveled down the burrito in the allotted time. Richman demolished nearly 2/3 of the burrito within the first 30 minutes.
But then, just after the 35-minute mark, I hit the dreaded wall.
Adam is ultimately unable to finish off the final pound of the burrito and gets awarded a pink certified weenie t-shirt, which he wears with pride. For the 6th episode of Season 3, Richman journeyed to Arizona to battle it out with giant sliders at Chompy's, a time-honored New York-inspired deli.
This is like a little piece of New York right here in Arizona. It's phenomenal.
In order for the champ to win the Ultimate Jewish Challenge, he'd have to eat a dozen of Chompy's Jewish sliders and a heap of fried onion strings in under 30 minutes. The sliders pack challah buns with lean brisket, mini potato pancakes, and jack cheese, and are paired with brown gravy for dunking. With the pound of onion strings included, the challenge totals 5 pounds of food.
I don't know if I could do it, but you know what? I'm gonna head to the dining room and I'm gonna find out.
Yes.
During Richman's stab at the challenge, he annihilates all but one of his sliders before running out of time. In the Q&A session after the challenge, Richman laments the fact that he started out slowly, trying to savor the delicious sliders without keeping an eye on the clock. Immediately after Chompy's, Richman faces another defeat, this time in Puerto Rico. The culinary conqueror ventured up into the mountains to La Vaca Brava in order to take on the Vaca Acostada, or the Sleeping Cow Challenge. The Vaca Acostada is a 9-pound pile of sirloin steak, french fries, cheese, and a mushroom sauce, with bacon, onions, and chorizo. When Richman undertook the feat, only 3 out of 100 contestants had successfully taken down the Vaca Acostada within the allotted 40 minutes.
But this is more food than I've ever faced before.
As always, Richman started with gusto, cracking jokes, clapping with the crowd, and washing the meal back with wine. Less than third of the way in, however, our man is hit by the meat sweats and begins perspiring profusely. The timer runs out with only a few pieces of steak and around half the fries left on Richman's plate.
If I've ever given any thought to becoming a vegetarian, now is definitely one of those times.
In the 10th episode of the 3rd season, Richman visits Papa Bob's Barbecue in Kansas City to give the Ultimate Destroyer Challenge a go. The meaty challenge includes consuming a 12-inch hoagie stacked with a half-pound of pulled pork, a half-pound of hickory smoked sliced pork, 2 slices of bread, a half-pound of hickory smoked ham, a half-pound of hickory smoked turkey breast, 2 more slices of bread, 3 half-pound hickory smoked hamburgers, a half-pound of hickory smoked brisket, and a half-pound of lean hickory smoked sausage. The whole thing is doused in Papa Bob's signature sauce and paired with 1.5 pounds of fries and 4 dill pickles or jalapeno peppers.
Looks like a San Francisco cable car.
To triumph over this mammoth pile of meat, contestants have to finish the whole meal within 45 minutes without bathroom breaks or dipping the food in drinks.
None have succeeded. Not one. Not one. Bad day in Man vs. Food, Phil.
If it sounds like an impossible endeavor, it was, at least for our intrepid host. Richman managed to get down a little more than half the meal before the time ran out. Up north in Niagara Falls, Richman dropped by Mick and Angelo's Kitchen and Bar to try his luck at the Italian Challenge. Started by the Mediterranean Eatery over 15 years ago, the challenge involves consuming 7 pounds of Italian food in under 90 minutes without leaving the table. The feast includes practically every classic Italian-American dish you can imagine, plus an apple crisp with ice cream for dessert, because who can forget dessert? Every dish comes showered in sauce, cheese, or both. At the time of filming, 300 people had attempted the Italian Challenge and only 20 had succeeded. When Richman took on the 10-course Italian dinner in Season 3, Episode 15, he started out by combining different dishes to accelerate the eating process.
I'm gonna turn this loaf of bread, a loaf of bread, mind you, into a chicken parmesan hero.
At the 40-minute mark, however, the courageous competitor hit a wall and switched to the apple crisp dessert. He was able to finish the dessert before realizing he couldn't still finish the spaghetti when he was 65 minutes in.
Andy, you're a kind man, a good chef. You make wonderful food, and I'm sorry I chose to eat all of it in one night.
With a heavy heart, Richman admitted defeat and hung his photo on the wall of shame. Let's go to Season 2, Episode 7, to Richman's most controversial challenge, the Fire in Your Hole Challenge at Munchie's 420 Cafe in Sarasota. Before Richman, the challenge had a 95% failure rate. The staff refused to tell Richman or the crew what the contest entailed beforehand.
Will I face off against the nearly 10-pound super fat daddy? Or perhaps the mac and cheese-filled fat Sandy?
Once the camera was rolling, the challenge was revealed to be 5 ultra-hot wings slathered in ghost chili sauce. The ghost chili pepper is among the hottest in the world and over 100 times spicier than the average jalapeno.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You breathe it in, and it's like you have a sea urchin, right? Like Lodge, right here.
Shortly after he started, Richman was forced to forfeit the competition.
Only 2 wings in, and I'm on the verge of passing out.
Even after taking a surrendering sip of milk, the foodie remains visibly in pain, his eyes watering and his lips red. As it turns out, Richman may have been a victim of foul play. The crew had mic'd the restaurant employees, who revealed they'd poured an entire bottle of jet black ghost chili extract in the sauce, in order to, quote, blow him out.
The reason why I'm especially mad is not because of my record. I don't give a
about that. It's cavalier and very dangerous.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite foods are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.